Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Numantia Let's Play. So last time around, we had to chase down some Numantian rebels who had fled the village after we attempted to forcibly recruit them and defeat them. And so now it looks like we're going to get back on the offensive here. I just want to make sure that I have my army as built up as possible. We leveled up all of our named characters last time around. And then I believe we leveled up our Principes as well. We have quite a bit of infantry to draw from. Only one cavalry unit though. A few ranged units and our artillery and elephants too. So between all those I think we can field a decent army. I don't have enough silver to really bring in anything else. So I guess that's just going to have to do. And let's see what this event is. So we'll click on this here, and we have a revolution happening, apparently. In light of the arrival of the new consul, Occilis manifests again to force negotiations. The bulk of the Roman force must mobilize to pacify the area. Okay, looks like we can field up to 13 units for this one. Let's get rid of you guys because you're wounded. I will bring basically everything except for the wounded Principes there. I'll bring my Equites. Let's go with all three of you. I'll get rid of one of the Hastati, and that will allow me to bring the elephants and the scorpions. And I wish I was bringing more cavalry and less infantry, because infantry is not so great in this, but we'll have to make do. So let's jump on into the fight. Okay, so we're pacifying the area. What do we have here? Some sort of, it says like hunters. Okay, so they look like they are wielding axes. I imagine they'll be pretty good infantry though. And there's 2 units of them. They've also got 2 units of cavalry, a bunch of sword infantry, which thus far has been superior to my infantry in just about every way. So I'm going to get all deployed here, and then I'll come back when we're ready. Alright, so here's my deployment. I've got my infantry up front, Principes and Corvinus in the center, and then the Hastati on either flank. Occilis is split out right here. And then all my range units are in the back, including our artillery. And then all of my cavalry is flanked out left. So we'll see how this works, but let's go ahead and start. And we'll see if I do a little bit better this time around. I am a little bit more familiar with the various abilities now, so we might be able to make better use of some of our troops, but that may or may not be true. So let's see, who all is in this bracket? It's just you guys? I'm reluctant to move them too far. So let's go like that. Right there is fine. And that will be the end of your turn. And I'll move this group up to meet them, but I'm not going to go very far beyond that. Going to try to keep them together because Nerva is very, very beat up. Most of our named characters are still a bit wounded, unfortunately. You guys are going to take a shot right now. Somebody is. I think they got my Hastati or something. Oh, no, they hit some Velites. Let's see, what did that hit? Corvinus. So luckily he's got plenty of health. Let's see, do I go after the cavalry? I think so. Just because cavalry is difficult to deal with in this game because they can very easily flank you a lot of the time. Oh, right. You guys are going to deploy, or you're deployed behind. In that case, you're just going to have to wait. So let's see. Up comes their infantry. They're going to get into a defensive stance from the looks of it. And I'm concerned about these guys. They look dangerous with those weapons. So let's see. I could run Occilis right up in front of him and flank this cavalry here. I wouldn't mind doing that just because I kind of would like to trap these guys on the interior. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get a minor flank on them. And that should allow us to do some pretty decent damage. Oh, wow, they gave it right back, though. Alright, my elephants, I'm going to move you to there. And that is just about all you can do. Occilis, that was the end of your turn. So let's go ahead and end it. But he gets to go again this turn. Let's see, they're coming straight down the middle. They're being very defensive here. This is kind of weird to see from the AI. Smart, though. They're forming a shield wall. Yeah, let's stay on them. So, working on that cavalry. I'll probably turn my Scorpion's attention to the Cantabrians, or the Cantabrians, after this. Come on, Occilis. I need you to beat that cavalry. Good job, okay. So no counterattack on that one. Alright, Principes. This is where it gets difficult. Because they're all set up. I could, like, forego some of your morale to try to get you behind them. Instead, what I think I'll do is I'm going to take a page out of the AI's playbook here. I'll move you there, facing this way, and then I'm going to have them use their defensive ability. Make sure you're facing that way. And there we go. So my other Principes are going to do the same thing. So I think this is a better use of them. We'll find out. But I've been using them very, very aggressively, and I think this might be a better way to utilize them. Alright, then with these guys, I'm going to move you here. Face that way, I guess. And how far can you attack from? It looks like the cavalry's just in your range, so go ahead and hit them. Good job. Is that really not the end of them? Do they have like 1 HP left again? I think they do. Hastati, we're going to sacrifice some of your morale to get you up in formation there. And then I'll have you go defensive as well, especially since you can't attack anybody this turn. These Hastati are going to do the same. Keep facing that way. Actually, it would have been smarter for me to pivot them just a little bit, but too late now. I guess I can still do that. Yeah, if you face that way, that pretty much removes any flanking that can happen unless they get in behind us. And Nerva, I want you there for now. And we're going to try to get these guys around and behind. Let's see. You guys have gone. You guys have gone. Who are we missing? Ah, Corvinus. Okay. Well, Corvinus, why don't you move here and finish off that cavalry? Good job. And I'll try to work him back around into the middle because he's got some abilities that can really help us out. And the Scorpio already fired, so I think that's everybody. Yeah, let's go ahead and end our turn. Alright, Equites. I'm going to get you in right here. No, don't do that. Cancel. Yeah. Get to here and then flank them. We'll see what kind of damage you can do. That looked like, yeah, I was going to say, it looked like maybe equal or they got the better of us. So, not working out so great. The cavalry's going to hit my Hastati head on. And apparently, going on the defensive did us no favors there because we took 100 damage regardless. Well, I guess it did, because I think what that does is it boosts their maximum health. Yikes, that hurt. So, even though they took a lot of damage, they're not necessarily... They can afford to soak more, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's put a shot on you guys, because you guys seem kind of dangerous. 35, that's okay. Not great. Velites, I want you here, and I want you throwing at the infantry. We'll soften them up a bit. Oh, okay, maybe I should have gone after the ranged units then. We'll try that over here then. So I'll put you here and... Oh, well in that case, get after the cavalry, because they're not in range. 60 damage, that's respectable. Okay. So they're going to move up and engage my Principes, who look like they're going to hold not very well. Yeah, I don't know. I thought this would work better. It's apparently not. Yeah. Well, at least we learned our lesson there. This cavalry's nearly dead. I'm going to need to get them out of this fight. Alright, Occilis. Well, I'm going to have you come here and attack these slingers from behind. And that'll prevent them from slinging at my ranged units. I mean, it won't prevent them, but it'll give them something else to think about. Alright, and then the elephants. I don't want to risk you losing all of your morale. That's really the... I guess that's not the only way I can get you into combat. Let's go here and we'll hit that cavalry. It won't be a flank, but at least we won't sacrifice a bunch of morale to do it. And we did take a little bit of damage, but we definitely dished out more than they did. So let's see, they're going to move in right through the center there. That's why I was going to put Corvinus there. That was my mistake. I'm just so used to playing hex-based games with, you know, attacks of opportunity that I think I kind of assumed on some level that they couldn't get to me, but obviously they could. Let's see. I can't hit them. They're too close. Let's go after them, because these guys have shields. So I think one more hit from Occilis will be enough to finish them off. There we go. That's what I like to see. Alright, Principes. So you going into guard mode doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot for us. But you don't really have any other options now, so I guess go ahead and do that. And then you guys are going to do the same. Yeah. They're already behind you, so I don't know if there's a better way to face you at the moment. Let's have you continue to fire... I guess at them. There we go. There's some damage. Alright, these Hastati are going to move... You know, just attack. We'll see what you guys can do. So even when we attack, they get the better of us. Engage that cavalry. That's not too bad. Only 30 damage though. I don't understand why our units suck so bad. Like they're able to engage me pretty much head on and do consistent damage regardless of that. But if I engage the enemy head on, even with my higher quality units, keep in mind the Principes are level 2. And they're supposed to be like the second tier infantry as well. So I guess my infantry is just inferior. Let's see. Did a little bit of damage there. I guess more than it looked like. Equites, you guys are still alive. That's nice to see. Let's move you here and have you take out those slingers. Oh, I guess you couldn't quite get that done. So they might kill you now. What are these guys up to? Oh, they're going after my Velites. Come on, Velites. Defend yourselves. Nope, they still got the better of me. What's he gonna do? He's gonna throw at somebody, it looks like. Whatever. At this point, I've pretty much abandoned everything in there anyways. Let's have you fire at... you kind of have a flank on those guys, so see if you can do extra damage there or something. 60's not bad. Let's have you retreat to here and then throw at them from behind. Okay, well, at least you'll live to fight another day, sort of. Let's have you retreat to here and you can throw at them as well. Nice. Okay, Occilis. Oh, it's their turn. Never mind. God, they're just tearing through us. Look at that. 126 damage. That's insane. And those guys are in defensive stance. Well, they're guarded. So, you know, read into that what you will, but like I would think they'd be a little bit more resilient. And then these guys, you guys are totally done. So, can we win this? I don't know, to be honest. We'll continue to try to flank them. We're going to have to rely really heavily on our named characters here. But even when I flank them, I take about equal damage back from them, so it's going to be pretty difficult to win this. I think that's the end of them. No, not quite. I'm going to have to rely pretty heavily on these elephants. They seem to be the only thing that can do consistent damage. I need to keep them off of this scorpion if I can help it, but my line's already collapsed, so I don't know if it's even possible at this point. It was going to collapse anyways, though. Like, obviously, a lot of these units are completely decimated. Let's see. Snipe them, and then the elephants can come help out somebody else. Good job. Occilis, let's have you continue to flank these guys. Alright, no counterattack on that one. Principes, come here and stab them in the back. You'll probably end up dying from this, but at least you'll do better damage that way. Yeah, so they did double back. I mean, we were at half strength, so at that point, I can't really complain, but let's see. This one's at full strength. Will we do any better here? Because this is still a flank. 117, but we did use up their counterattack already. They only get one. Let's see. If I move you here, I can have you throw directly into their backs. And that is still not enough to kill them. Hastati, can you finish it, please? There we go. I feel like I might have to start playing this a little bit like Total War, where I'll deploy a front line that's almost sacrificial, and then try to maneuver my javelin men around the flanks and throw at them from behind. That's how I played Total War Rome 2, and it works really well in that game. Also, like, basic hammer and anvil stuff works really well in that also. But it seems like I'll have to do something similar here, because I can't rely on my infantry to do anything, even holding a line for a few turns. So, yeah, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. But let's stay on these guys. My named characters seem to be able to get stuff done. So, they're going to have to be my infantry, basically. And, let's see. If I move you in here, that risks you getting killed. There's really nowhere I can hit them where you guys won't be in serious danger. But I'd like to get rid of this unit. So I guess I'll have you do that. Down they go. Nope. Apparently he survived that. And they're going to kill my Hastati. No, he made it. With like, oh, that's a Principe, never mind. Scorpio's turn. Let's have you fire at them so that we can get rid of them sooner. God, they have so much health. I'm curious what level... I guess it says above their heads, doesn't it? Most of them are level 2. So that would explain partly why they're so resilient. But a lot of my stuff is level 2 as well. I mean, not all of it, but a good amount of it. My Principes are all level 2, as are my named characters. Okay, there goes my cavalry. That'll be very costly to replace. So I think what I need to do next time... Well, first off, I need to get everything leveled up to level 2, because we seem to be behind the 8-ball in that regard. And then, I think what I need to do is keep my named characters tight with the infantry like I deployed them, and see if I can use some of their abilities to keep my infantry, you know, in one piece a little bit longer. Because if I can't do that, I just don't see us winning battles much longer. It's really hard to, you know, carry out a battle plan when your lines collapse on themselves almost immediately. There we go. I think I would like to see attacks of opportunity in this game, though. That might just be me. I mean, maybe you guys would disagree, but I'm so used to it at this point that it almost feels weird when it's not present. And it does seem a little bit too easy to slip through enemy lines and stuff without it. So, I do think the game would benefit from it. Can you guys win this head on? Good. Okay. I am curious if there's like something I'm missing though. Because obviously... Oh, they didn't kill them. Obviously, counterattacks are really dangerous, and so I'm wondering if there's a safer way to deal with counterattacks. Can I move you there? Oh, right, there's still a unit there. Then kill them. So I'm wondering, like, for example, if a ranged unit can break a counterattack, and then, you know, if you follow it with a melee attack, if you can avoid getting hit. But I guess that'll require me to science it a little bit. Alright, well, we're chipping away. We will end up winning this. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to, but it seems like at this point we will. Just because the AI can't flank very effectively. It's not very smart. It just relies on better troops. I wonder if that's why the troops seem so imbalanced. It's because the AI is just really not good. And so the only way to make it fair is to make it unfair. And, you know, rely on the player being more intelligent than the computer. Let's see. You have no target, so let's just skip to the Velites. And that'll be the end of that turn. And then we'll go to Occilis, who's going to come behind them. Down you go. Alright, and then we'll bring the elephants through here, and that might be enough. It looks like it will be. Cool. So there's our victory. It was an ugly one, but it's a victory nonetheless. I think we lost, what, 2 units? Let's see. Actually 3. So we lost our cavalry, we lost our Principes, and we lost one of our Velites as well. So that is rough. Occilis has been pacified again. It seems the only language these barbarians can understand is the blade. Alright, so there's Occilis. We have another event, but I don't know if we're ready for another fight, so... I guess we have no choice, because I don't have enough money to recruit. So... Oh, a reward, nice. After the battle, Rome demands proof that Occilis' loyalty to Rome is guaranteed. The city council makes 2 offers, 30 sacks of wheat or 100 of their best horses. I think I'll take the horses because I have a lot of food. So if this ends up equating to supplies and this equates to silver, then obviously the horses will be more useful. The horses can provide the force this army needs, Occilis says, but there's no way of knowing if they're used in combat, or if they're used to combat. Oh good, my equites got replaced. It would have been nice if I got like 2 there or something. But we have another event at the settlement, so let's go check that out. So what's happening here? Hey, do you remember that letter you wrote for Aselio? Do you think you could write one for me too? Sure. To whom is it addressed? Claudia. Well, well, well. So the infamous Corvinus has a little heart after all. Who is she? What brothel was she raised in? Nerva roars with laughter. Corvinus spins around, visibly angry. Shut up and start writing. What do you want to do? Write the letter for him. Some of these don't even feel like options. Like, it's like, do you want to be an asshole or do you not want to be an asshole? Like, why would I say no? Like, what do I gain from being a jerk? Tell her I'm sorry for not having thought about it before, for the way I acted, for not being there when those animals. It's hard for Corvinus to continue. Nerva, in an attempt to help him, writes an emotional apology letter, still not exactly knowing the motive. Nerva reads the letter aloud to Corvinus, who listens carefully. Once Nerva is finished, Corvinus grabs the paper and throws it in the fire. Okay. What are you doing? All of a sudden, Corvinus grabs him by the throat and throws him on the ground, knife in hand. A word of this to anybody and I'll cut your fingers off. Got it? Nerva looks perplexed at Corvinus, backing off as the letter is reduced to ash. Weird. Alright, well we have another event. Let's check this out. Hopefully we're not being attacked. Doesn't look like it. Through the flames, Corvinus and Occilis have sighted a large group of Numantians crossing the fields. Corvinus proposes a trap for them. If we burn several points around their crops, the fires will do the rest. Our men might get caught in the flames. Occilis responds. Corvinus tries to assure him. I won't put them in any danger. I'll give them a warning. Trust me, lad. We're not going to pursue them. We're in no shape to do it, so I'll follow his plan. Even though that seems kind of crappy to burn the crops. Corvinus sets fire to the crops, forcing the Numantians to retreat to a clearing where they're ambushed by the rest of the troops. In spite of the smoke and confusion, nobody is injured by the fire, and the Romans finish off the rebels swiftly. However, the crops are completely ruined. So yeah, we kind of suffer from that as well. The morale hurts more than the supplies. I have plenty of supplies. What I really need is some damn silver so I can buy more troops. But I don't know how I can get more, so... Well, anyway, we're out of time for today, so we're going to go ahead and call it here. I'm hoping that we will have some opportunities to earn more silver in the future, because that seems to be the limiting factor for a lot of this. I can't level up any of my troops until I have more, because it just costs straight up silver. But I'd like to get everything to level 2 like the AI has. That'll make combat a lot easier for us. And then... I think I'd like to try deploying more range units, as I've mentioned before, but in particular, maybe like slingers rather than velites. They do less damage, but they have the ability to attack from further away. So I don't know if that'll be helpful or not. The velites are fine though. I mean, they'll work. I'd like to try some slingers. But since the velites are cheaper, I might just stick with them. And then we haven't unlocked any new special stuff, so really, I think I'd just like to get more cavalry and more range units. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Numantia with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.